Hey guys, this rather battered box just showed up a few hours ago. I really hope the contents are intact and functioning, because if this is indeed what I think it is, it will probably be the most useful piece of test equipment on my workbench. So let's see what's in here. Wow, that took a lot longer than I expected. This is the most insane packing job I've ever encountered. It's like one of those Russian dolls where you keep opening the doll and there's a smaller doll inside. Or maybe one of those bloomin' onions from Chi-Chi's. There must be like 7 or 8 boxes, one inside the other, progressively getting smaller and smaller until we get to the inside here. Which I still can't quite extract, so hang on. Phew, finally got it out of the box. So, what do we got? Well, as it says, it's a liter LCG-400 NTSC pattern generator. What this can do is generate a whole host of video and audio signals using the old analog NTSC standards. In particular, I'm going to be using this to align and adjustment and test out my vintage sets. But what this was really used for is in a broadcast studio. This is professional broadcast grade equipment here. I remember back in the day, if you stayed up late, like on PBS after hours, they would flip over to just a color bar test pattern with a test tone. Well, you push in this button and this would kick out that tone. It's a piece of rack mount equipment. I've still left the rack rails on the side here. I'll be taking those off and I'll just slide this under my workbench. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was at first, because this box was so dang big. But it's actually not too bad, and it's all aluminum, so it doesn't weigh that much. And this is fairly modern, so it's all solid state as well. I really hope this is working, because this would be quite a beast to repair. But if it is bad, I noticed there are a bunch of these on eBay. That's one of the consequences of the death of analog TV, is equipment like this is popping up all over, and it's really cheap. So same with that Blonder Tongue video modulator I showed in one of my other videos. I think I got that for 30 bucks, and I got this for 40. This cost several $1,000s when it was new, so I was quite happy to get this. But like I say, we'll hold off on that until I see if it actually works. Some of the fun things you can do with this is make these patterns here. These are the ones I'm particularly curious about, because this will be great for aligning my black and white TVs. And then these would be more for color sets, of course. And there's fun things you can do, like they have separate switches for red, green, and blue, meaning you can control, like if you turn this off, the red is going to disappear from the output of this. Let's see, it can output on channels 5 or 6 RF modulation, or if you turn it off, it'll just do composite video out. And well, let's get this in the on the workbench and hook it up and see if it actually works. Well, that wasn't very much fun. I had this on for a few seconds when I detected the distinct stench of fried electronics. I turned it off and popped the top open, poked around a bit, and eventually found on this board here a very, very fried tantalum capacitor. So charred beyond recognition, I have no idea what the correct value is supposed to be. Judging by the one next to it, though, it's 4.7 microfarad, 25 volts. I've asked online. If I don't get an answer in the next day or two, I think I'll just go with the 4.7 and see if that works. If I'm off a little bit, I don't think I'd do any harm. All these capacitors on this board are rated for 25 volts, so I'll go with a 50 just for safety's sake. The rest of it looks okay though. And I was a little bit surprised that it's actually, in spite of the complexity with these circuit boards, it's actually fairly easy to work on. Quite often test equipment vendors would use a lot of proprietary parts, or even go so far as to sand off the part numbers. Hewlett-Packard is especially bad when they use the whole proprietary numbering system. But these are all off-the-shelf components as near as I can tell. These are just all standard 74 series TTL chips with a few common analog chips, like even like a 741 op amp, which is one of the most common integrated circuits made in the history of integrated circuits. And I don't see any of the fried parts. I hope I don't have to recap this, because boy, there are a lot of capacitors. Look at this insane row of transistors there too. And this is kind of a neat little thing here. It says IC oven. This is the actual crystal reference, and they keep it inside this little heated oven here to keep it stable. So as the outside temperature changes, it stays at a constant temperature to provide a very accurate time base for all the TV signals this thing can generate. Alright, so no pretty pictures tonight, but hope you found this interesting anyways.